we have an update on Chris Jericho's possible WWE return. Plus, New Japan want a WWE talent for a major event, and WWE are blocking Andrade from appearing for AEW. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So the next step of Chris Jericho has been a conversation for a little while, hasn't it, Ross?
Yes, it has. All signs appear to be pointing towards him going back to the WWE, with a little bit of reading between the lines going on in this story here today, Thomas.
Yes, indeed. So, a bit of a clear indicator that things between Chris Jericho and AEW aren't as peachy as they once were. Jericho announced the lineup for his next Rock and Rager Wrestling Cruise, which sets sail next year. The names announced so far on board include ex-WWE names like Saraya, Elena Black, Shotzi Blackheart, Carlito, Casey Catanzaro, Caden Carter, and TNA talent like Indy Hartwell, Victoria Crawford, Bully Ray, and Jeff Hardy. Now, absent from the lineup, which is different to previous years, absent is any AEW contracted talent.
Because they have been there each and every year. Who could forget John Moxley doing karaoke? Who could forget Will Ospreay doing karaoke?
Paul White having a match,
yeah.
Probably doing some karaoke as well. Yeah, they normally factor a lot of AEW stars onto the cruise. None this time, which would suggest that by the time the cruise sets sail, maybe he won't be part of AEW.
Or he just hasn't worked out a deal with AEW yet, because I think the cruise goes live. It sets sail at the start of next year, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So
indeed.
there is a little bit of time for him still to announce stuff, but it has been the case in the past that the AEW talent have been announced first, because it's been like a collaborative event, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've seen Dynamite on the cruise in the past as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we have indeed. Wrestling Observer reports there is still a strong feeling with WWE that Chris Jericho will be coming back. That's something that we've talked about a few times over the past few months, but that is certainly still very much the case today. With the Rumble on the horizon, it all kind of lines up, doesn't it?
It just makes most sense for everybody. AEW hasn't missed Chris Jericho on TV. Chris Jericho going back to have one more or a few more matches before going in the Hall of Fame. It just makes sense for everybody for him to go back.
It feels like that could be a thing that happens. Meanwhile, speaking of going back, Fightful Select spoke about Shinsuke Nakamura, namely if his WWE return as of late is connected to any plans for him to be part of an upcoming event for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, the Fightful say return to television has nothing to do with the idea of him, Shinsuke Nakamura, being Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match. I know there are a number of people in New Japan Pro Wrestling that want Nakamura as the last match, but they don't know what kind of reality that is or what it mean for their CMLL or AEW relationship.
So this is the thing that I think might put some stoppers on that, because AEW, CMLL, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, they all work together. The idea of a WWE guy going to that last match, it would have to mean some sort of softening of the barricades in this particular wrestling war for that to occur. But I would love to see it personally.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen one way, but would WWE soften their barricades if it was the shoe was on the other foot, if you catch me drift, Tom?
Nah.
Exactly, so why would the other people soften their barricades?
If it was a TNA thing, maybe right now, but I don't think they would. Come on! It won't be Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't think it will be, but stranger things have happened in the world of wrestling. They really, really have. John Cena's last match, meanwhile, it looks like it's defo going to sell out. WrestleVote's reporting that just a couple of minutes after the tickets went on sale, there were 45,000 people in the queue on Ticketmaster. No doubt 37,000 of them were swearing at the website. 20,000 of them were going, I hope I'm not hiring the queue because I can't afford this right now. And 10,000 in the queue whilst pretending to work during their day job.
I did see on the Twitter machine, which obviously take this with a pinch of salt, the cheapest ticket at one point when someone was on the website was $200.
Oh.
The cheapest one. $200.
It's going to be a nosebleeder as well, isn't it? It's going to be a nosebleed. So the WrestleVotes also say it's 3 times the amount of people that the Capital One Arena where the match will take place can hold. It's defo going to sell out.
Oh,
it'd be weird if it didn't for John Cena's final match.
They should have had it in the stadium, shouldn't they?
Do you know what? They could have had
They probably should have, yeah.
They could have had John Cena's final match in a stadium. And I bet they're going, oh,
Damn it. We could have charged 70,000 people $200 instead of just however many thousand.
But you know what? If they can U-turn on WrestleMania locations, then they could U-turn on this.
There's a little bit of a window going on here, isn't there?
Because one thing that we do forget, and he's very shy about it, is Nick Khan done off like money.
Does he?
He's like the Mr. Krabs of professional wrestling.
I thought they said that they didn't charge enough for these tickets currently.
They don't charge enough money. I would be shocked if they move it to a stadium or a whole country in itself. So let's talk about our main story today, which is Andrade, the great disappearing Andrade. He turned up on AEW Dynamite, beat up Kenny Omega, joined the Don Callis family, and then boom.
Gone.
Where'd he go?
Don't know. But Brian Alvarez has a little bit of a scoop. He says he's told that he's not hurt. Andrade is not hurt. Here's the direct quote. He didn't get himself fired. Apparently something is up involving his WWE no compete, which we were all assuming would not be a thing because he was sort of let go. Because
of what we understood of the nature of him leaving WWE, if he was fired, then there wouldn't be a non-compete because you were fired. Apparently not the case.
Yeah, Brian goes on to say, I was given the impression it could be something that could be resolved quickly, or it could be something that might not be resolved for a while, but it's something related to the non-compete.
Dave Meltzer also adds on the Wrestling Observer radio show that WWE sent a letter to AEW, and AEW obviously didn't know about the non-compete. AEW obviously believed that there was no non-compete. There were people who talked to people in WWE who also believed there was no non-compete, but WWE apparently said that he can't work in AEW for 90 days. And he's already broken that.
This seems weird. Surely on Andrade's side, you would know this heading out the door. You surely get a letter from the company saying, you've been let go. Here's the terms of your whatever release, firing, whatever the hell you want to phrase it as.
Do you reckon, he could have, I can't work for 90 days. Yeah. And there's Tony going, hey, do you want to come on to Dynamite this week?
Gets his Gets the abacus out. Oh, yeah, that's 90 days in Hulk Hogan, yes.
It's 90 days in Hulk Hogan travel time. So consequently, that's happened. Now, in terms of, obviously, to go back to what you said there, the nature of which him and WWE parted ways would suggest there's no non-compete and he can go anywhere. I think we'd heard something to that effect. But again, this is me just speculating. Maybe it was a case of because he'd had these wellness violations in the company, because there had been a little bit of turmoil there, as opposed to him being fired, maybe there was a mutual decision to end the agreement the way they did. Maybe that did come with a 90-day clause that was conveniently forgotten about.
A little bit there.
Maybe that's just speculation on my part. I ain't got any horse in the race here.
He's a weird guy, Andrade.
He's a weird guy.
Everywhere he goes, there's always something that just shouldn't be a thing, but is a thing.
Yeah, it's a weird one with our boy Andrade. But you know what? It's one that we are going to keep an eye on at Cultaholic.com. I had a lovely chat with Mackenzie Mitchell the other day.
Oh, she has a book about wrestling attires, I saw, Thomas.
She does indeed. It is called Threads of Triumph, and it's out next year. But we had a lovely chat about it, and you can listen to that on the Cultaholic podcast feed right now. She also gives us an update, and you'll like this. Remember the story that Macho Man Randy Savage adopted a cat before he passed?
The cat is still with us, isn't it?
We have an exclusive update on that from Mackenzie Mitchell herself.
What's the connection between her and the cat and Macho Man?
Because obviously we talk about wrestling ring attire. Randy Savage,
Mr. Attire.
Yeah. So she spent some time speaking with the Randy Savage estate. And so therefore she could exclusively give us an update on Junkyard Cat.
Junkyard Cat.
Obviously we're talking about the book, and I'm really excited about the book. It's a really great concept for a book. We also talk about her jewelry line. She's added jewelry to Seth Rollins, Trick Williams, Jeff Hardy. It's all her work.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but mainly Junkyard Cat update. Among other stuff. WTF moments soon, sir?
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be live. I have had insomnia this week and Richard's ill, so it's all collided in one go. So I'll be live tomorrow, patreon.com/cultaholic for the $5 tier and upwards.
And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe.
Goodbye, everybody. See you later. Ta-da. I never know what to say here. Goodbye. All the best.